knowledge in the financial service industry, and also in the insurance industry. Sorry, in the insurance industry. So Sasiria is important. We can just justify the importance of Sasiria using the research and investigative role of Sasiria. My last but not least point that I've noted in this question is the creation of sustainable economic and social environment for the South Africans. You see that our National Treasury emphasized that they emphasize on the growth of the economy and also the social environment of the country. So in that they mentioned that South Africa's risk premium is increasing because of the increasing protests and risk associated with the riots and protests. And like I've said, it caused the depreciation of the rand against other currencies, and also some social unrest. So in the long term, the borrowing cost of the country is, remember, the risk of protests and social unrest, it contributes to the country risk of South Africa. So the more the risk, the more the borrowing costs of the country. Maybe if the country wants to finance its project by borrowing from other international institutions, the risk premium will be high because of the risks associated with the country. But if the institutions noted that there is a cover surrounding such risks, the risk premium will be low because there is a cover against those risks. And also the Sasiria, it also helps because we have some foreign investors who wants to invest in our country. So if the risk of protests and social unrest is high, investors will be hesitant to come and invest in South Africa. They'll be hesitant to bring in their money because there is so much risk. They know that we can lose our properties, we can lose our investments in a blink of an eye. So by given the opportunity to take cover through Sasiria, it will give confidence to investors because they will know that even if the risk occurs, there is potential to cover. We are covered by the insurance company, by Sasiria. So these are just some of the points that can be we discussed in trying to justify the importance of Sasiria. Okay, I've noted another point. Pardon me, that was not the final point of discussion. There's another point that I've noted, that insurance companies in South Africa, they also work as agents for Sasiria. So it means that this insurance company, they also get business from Sasiria, and this besides getting the much needed information from the research aspect of the company, they are also employed as agents, because if a company or anyone wants to take a policy with Sasiria, they go through the other insurance companies, although the Sasiria is the one which will do the actual cover, but they will go through the other insurance companies. So this provides a business for other insurance companies in the country. So yeah, these are my discussion points. These are my points of discussion. So after discussing all these points, you need to conclude your assignment. But there is one thing that I want you to note in terms of answering this type of question. You need to acknowledge other theories surrounding the insurance knowledge. There are so many theories. So you need to acknowledge wherever you get someone from other authorities, you need to note. I understand that we use the Harvard style of referencing. So we need to reference in the text. We need to highlight where we get this information, where we find this information. It is a serious offense to write about someone's knowledge without acknowledging that you get that information from someone. So you need to include the referencing, both in-text referencing and the referencing after the referencing after the assignment, after the answer. You need to also give the reference. Guys, I think this marks the end of our lecture today. I'm going to give this opportunity to questions. If we have any questions with regard to today's lecture, I open the floor for questions. Do we have any questions?
Hi, Koshan.
Hi.
I'm not sure if I'm looking at the correct formative assessment question paper that you are talking about now. Is it?
Which one are you looking at?
I'm looking at Introduction to Risk Management.
Yes.
And then for January 2022, and then it's talking about under asking the question, it says you've been tasked by South African Reserve Bank to be part of the task team that is developing a risk management framework. So I'm not sure if it's the same question that we're working on, because question one.
No.
Question one, yeah.
I think you have a different question from what we are discussing today.
Okay.
It's formative assessment one,
okay.
But the case is about the risk of riots and civil unrest in South Africa. And question one is, it says, justify the importance of Sasria to the insurance industry in the South African economy.
Oh, okay. Okay. No, I'll have a look at that, because the one I'm carrying here, it says formative assessment 2, but it's also due in April.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
So maybe you need to
just check at the top. Just check at the top. Does it say case study or a project at the top?
It says project.
Which means it's the second one. Remember, there are 2 assignments for each module. There's assignment 1, which is the case study, and assignment 2, which is the project. So the one that you're opening is the project. The one that we're currently doing is the case study, which is the first one to be due.
Okay, thanks so much, James. I'll look at that. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, it seems we don't have further questions. I'll need to leave the floor to James. James, can you please take over?
Thank you, Mr. Question, for your input. Okay, guys, I think you've all heard his input and you have seen his style of teaching and the information that you benefit from him. So as I've highlighted earlier in the group, we are going to proceed with these lectures. We are going to go through all the different assignments that you have. So if you are interested in joining the lectures, if you're interested in having his input in your assignments, you can send through your proof of payments to my inbox. I will just resend my information in the group. I'll send the banking details. I'll also send just a message just to explain. But like I said before, it's 350 Rand for each assignment that we go through. So you'll see that we spend about an hour on one question, and which means that usually within 2 hours, we can do about 2 questions, which means that each assignment usually it will take us about 2 lectures to do an assignment, because most of our lectures are about 2 hours long. So that's the basic format of what will be happening, and you'll be paying 350 for us to complete a full assignment with you guys. So you can make your budgeting, make your plans, and etc. As I've highlighted, introduction to risk management, we want to do it in February. And then in March, we are going to do the other 2 subjects. And then in April, we are going to do the last subject. So this means in terms of your budgeting, if we're saying introduction to risk management, we are going to do both the case study and the project. So you budget your 700 Rand for both the assignments if you're interested in joining the classes. I would have preferred if it was possible to actually continue tomorrow, but it will depend on the payments that I've received from you guys. But definitely next week, we are going to proceed with the lectures. Then the guys that join for the lectures, we can discuss whether to do the lectures on a Saturday or on a Sunday evening. It's up to you. We'll just discuss in the group for the people that would have paid for the lectures. I hope you all have a wonderful time. If there are questions for me, you can ask them right now, or you can ask them in the group before I close the lecture. Are there any questions for me? Yes, you can go ahead. Please ask.
Hi, good evening. Can you please just recap, because probably I missed the intro in the beginning about the, I've just caught up now when we're saying it's 350 for one assignment, it's 700 for both assignments. Can you maybe just give us, give a high level overview of how you operate? Because I'm quite new with Menkosa.
Okay, like I said before, the way that you are going to do with Menkosa, you have got 8 assignments that you need to submit, right? You've got 8 assignments, 2 assignments per each module. So those 8 assignments are going to start submitting, I think it's in April. So all those 8 assignments in April and in May, you're going to be submitting those assignments. But for you to start writing those assignments in April, you're going to have a lot of problems, because it's going to be a lot of work. As I've highlighted before, you notice that you need around 5,000 words for each assignment. That's like 16 to 20 pages for each assignment. So the approach that we use in terms of teaching is instead of focusing on a lot of things, because we know you guys are busy and etc., we just mainly focus on your assignments. We teach you the theory that relates to your assignment specifically. Then if you guys want to do exam preparation, we can arrange for that after we are done with all the assignments. So what we are going to do is in February, we are going to do the assignments for risk management. Then in March, we are going to do the assignments for our framework and measuring and our risk modeling. Then in April, we are going to do the assignments for corporate governance. That's the strategy that we're going to use. Then for you to be able to join in the class and do the assignment with us, that's where I'm saying that it's 350 Rand for each assignment that we do. So we can take 4 hours, for example, to complete an assignment that is an hour per question. So those 4 hours can be spread. It can be 2 lectures, it can be 3 lectures. It just depends with the environment that we're operating with. But that 350 that you have paid, it will take you from question number 1 up to question number 4 until we complete that assignment. Then when we are done with that assignment, we go to the next assignment. You don't need to pay for all the assignments. You can just choose the specific assignments that you think you need help with. For example, you've identified, look, I think I can manage the risk management assignment. I'll do that one. But I don't think I'm going to manage the risk modeling assignment. Then you just pay the risk modeling assignment. You can ask me, when is the risk modeling assignment going to happen? I can tell you the dates, and then you pay for those assignments, and then you only attend for those. I hope that is much more clearer.
Thank you. It's much clearer. Thank you.
Right, wonderful. Any other questions before I close? Okay, I trust. Let's see, maybe there's something in the chat. Someone says for assignment only, how much? I'm not sure. I think I've answered that question. But if there are any other, if you want us to actually write the assignment for you, it's a service that's available. We don't recommend it, but it's there. You can just call me, give me a call, and we can talk. That's another thing altogether. But for this platform, we are doing lectures. And within the lectures, just like here, you will present what he believes will get you the best marks possible. And then you take that information, you write it in your own words, you put in some extra things here and there, and then you present your assignment. That's the strategy that we usually use that will greatly assist you. So thank you guys for coming in. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I hope next week on Sunday or Saturday, we'll be joining in together. Like I said, we'll discuss with the guys that have paid whether to do the lesson on a Sunday or on a Saturday. I hope you all have a wonderful evening.